All right, and we are live. Hey, everybody, it's Jason Blaha here. Thought I would sit down, do a quick coffee chat for you guys. Get ready to do back and biceps here shortly. It'll be one of those super long workouts. It's going to be pretty much my entire morning. I expect it to take me over 2 hours. So, because I'm going to do a lot of volume, just like I've been doing. I actually have chest dumps from yesterday's workout, by the way, for those curious. I did 19 sets from my chest. I have chest dumps. Yeah, I'm getting a very, very late start today. I've been up just a little while, but I'm kind of laying in bed getting work done. But get the coffee chat going, get a quick one of these, because these have been helpful. People are like, why come and do quick coffee chat? Well, I've helped a bunch of people's questions. I've picked up consultations already from these. I've already had people from a couple of these jump over and do consultation videos. So, I mean, business-wise, it's worth it to get in and help people. It seems like this morning crowd, people who are coming in the mornings are the ones who end up needing some extra help and stuff. But yeah. So it was a little later than normal last night. Kind of had an evening out. But no, I don't drink or anything. So again, I worked on my birthday and then kind of enjoyed an evening out. So the next day, but did it after that, all of that chest work. So yeah. So what ends up happening in these are slow the first couple of minutes, and then it seems like they pick up real fast. So we'll see how this one does as I get my coffee going, and then I'll go get my workout done. Oh, one of the things I'm definitely doing different because I've been doing higher and higher volumes of training and then fasted cardio. One of the things I'm trying to do is go back to that ultra high protein shake post-workout. Now that I'm doing really high volumes of training, as the training volume goes up, it is powerful. Keep in mind, guys, we were lifting heavy at the start, and then we do all the pump work. I don't do my full fasting all the way through. I do a protein shake immediately, and then I'm cutting down to a 6-hour feed window. Like for a shake, Lacey, I'm doing a 100-gram shake. I put it up on Facebook. So I'm usually doing like the Nutopia milk, and then I add 100 grams of whey to it. So from like my optimal nutrition. So I do that post-workout. And I knew I was going to do that one over this. And then I just continue my fasted window after that to whatever, to where I only eat in the evening. So since yesterday I knew I would have dinner out. I started my feed window later outside of the protein shake. I didn't eat till about 2 o'clock. But I did have that post-workout shake, around 11 a.m. But yeah, 100 grams. 100 grams. So, yeah. Yeah, I did my 100 grams. But again, that's something I made a video on that. I made some videos on that explaining back when I was younger, my whole generation of guys, we all believed in that. And even though it's not completely science-based, it worked. And it worked for all the jack dudes I knew. Everyone was like, oh, we need 50 grams, we need 70 grams, we need 100 grams of protein post-workout. Probably, like in that case, let's come over, and that's a great thing. How about if someone really wanted to do true like intermittent fasting and protein overfeeding, I could make the case for, especially if you train fasted, I think your post-workout shake should be something like a gram per kilogram of body weight. Nobody does lean. Like there's no research on lean, by the way. Oh, because I just haven't, the fan is on. I didn't turn the light on. I figured it's nice and dim. I've got plenty of sunshine coming through in my room as well. And it's not to make me look leaner. You guys saw the live last night. The lights were all on, and I had, because I'd eaten already. I had the pinky sized veins running up. They were way bigger than they are now. This is fasted still, right? So I'm still fasted. They're bigger than this now in the evening, so I'm fed. So no, it's just an FYI. It's like putting it on. All right, no big deal. Oh, the light's off because I didn't pay my electric bill, Huckleberry, so I don't have any electricity. That's a joke because the computer and the internet are running. No, we're good. I paid back. Oh, God. Sorry, people are like that. Dude, people are that dumb. His lights was. That's the nonsense I deal with. Oh, Lord. No, I just didn't feel like putting it on. Not very good. So, but no, Lacey, I think if someone wanted to really go that route, I think using about 1 gram per kilo would be fine post-workout. And I think we can make a case for that anyways, you know. I mean, if we're going to really pursue body composition, we know protein overfeeding is a valuable tool. And if we really want to talk about post-workout nutrition, again, we know the anabolic window hasn't panned out, but there's certainly nothing wrong with a bunch of protein loading post-workout, right? And it can also replace even carbohydrate immediately post-workout. You know, everyone worried about all that. And it's turned out protein literally can handle everything you need for post-workout carbs. And then people who want to go that route, then if they're worried about rapid glycogen replenishment and insulin response, then they're not even having to use a higher glycemic index carb to achieve that. They can do it off straight protein and then eat their normal clean carbs for regular carb sources. You know, again, if we're trying to really optimize things like insulin sensitivity, body composition, that way we're not eating a bunch of refined carbohydrates in the pursuit of glycogen replenishment or some sort of insulin response, right? But because we know that even in the fasted studies at this point on insulin response, muscle protein synthesis, all that stuff, post-workout protein covers everything. Deadlift for an alternative exercise recommendation. Can you really replace the deadlift in terms of strength building? I don't know that we can. All right? I don't know that we can. But I mean, you could do good mornings, right? So if someone really and truly is scared of deadlifts and doesn't want to deadlift, good mornings are an amazing exercise that I'm a big fan of. We can move some big weights. You've seen me do over 500 pounds on good mornings before. I'm building back up to that. I'm going to get back to that, right? That's actually one of my goals. One of my goals is to hit at least a 500-pound good morning again. I just added them back in. I've already hit 355 for a 5 so far, so we're working back up. That's my second week doing them in like a year. So yeah, I want to get back to that 500 plus club. Right. I had set a goal at one time to do a 600-pound good morning, and I never got there. I did that 555. It was kind of a point where that started getting scary, you know. That's where your head starts messing with you on something like a good morning. Like, I'm not gonna lie, I started getting like psyched out, like almost so scared of it. Again, I can admit that. That's me being vulnerable. Me being vulnerable, showing my soft side. Yeah, no, seriously, once I started getting above 500 on the good morning, it started to scare me a little bit. And it's not because I felt like I was going to get injured or get hurt. It's the numbers, and you're thinking, man, I'm living a lot on that. This is scary. And you can't have that. Like, that's a problem. Once you're scared of a lift, that's when you can create self-fulfilling prophecies. That's a really bad thing. So that's one reason I quit doing it. I'm like, I feel like it's safe, but honestly, I've started to get in a little bit of an emotional response to this. It's starting to scare me a little bit. And then when you get scared of a lift, that's when you get hurt. It's not that the lift was dangerous. It's that we program our brain negatively. Personally, it's been my experience at RDLs work. I'm a big fan of RDLs, Lacey. I think RDLs are really, really good exercise. Right? I program them all the time for men and women both. I think they're a great lift. I'm a fan. I'm just not doing them because I'm doing conventional deadlifts. I'm doing good mornings. I've done rep work with 405 on camera. Like I've done work sets with 405 on the good morning. Sorry, the RDL. The RDL. I think it's a good exercise. Why wouldn't it be? The big barbell movements that puts you into a stretch workout. Right. Get into that workout. Abdul, I have free novice programs. Like Abdul, look at my playlist. I have multiple ones on here. I own Beyond Ron Lacey. I actually have a copy of that book. Actually, I'm trying to think of how I want to discuss it. I think Stuart McRoberts. I think he's too scared of training volume to some extent. I really think he overplays problems with it. But do I think it's a good book? And do I think a person, especially someone who has a limited time, they don't want to just live in the gym. They don't want to do really high volumes. They want efficient use of their gym time. I think that book is a good read to kind of put them in that direction. Right? Like it's a good book. Like I actually think it's a good book. And I own a copy. It's a good book. And I don't think most of us who've read it, who understand training, are not going to disagree with that. But it fills a certain niche, right? It's not like, hey, this is some universal training Bible. It's a certain philosophy, and I think it fits a certain set of niche of people's goals. And if you fall into that category, people who are looking for just efficiency in their workouts, I think his philosophy overall is really good. And I think that's a fair assessment of it. So if that is who you are and what you are trying to do, it's actually could be a really helpful tool. I've done DC training. Way back in the day, everyone was doing DC training. The problem I tell people, look, DC training can work if it's tough. DC training was not intended for naturals, by the way. All right. Abdul, there's no such thing as an ectomorph. If you need, these are questions that you need consultation level help with. You're needing how much gain and your specific programming, but beyond the free stuff I have in the playlist here, that's where we get into one-on-one professional stuff, Abdul. So you have to hit me up on the Facebook. And I get a lot of consultations out of these buys from this actually. And again, right now I'm doing it $50 an hour for consultations. It's going to go back up here soon. It's my holiday special. People say, why? Because it's December, coaching stuff is slower. So come January, I'm hoping stuff will pick back up. I think especially with the economy shift, like coaching might be back where it was at one time. Like at its peak when the economy was better, my coaching was literally making $10,000 every month. And I know there are people who don't believe that, but I have the receipts to prove it. I have the taxes to prove it. But it was really too busy. I don't know if I could handle that much coaching workload again. It was overwhelming almost. I mean, I could. I had to. But yeah, Abdul, if you're asking individual consultation and stuff, what were we talking about? Yeah, no, DC training is super popular. DC being dog crap. That was Dante Trudeau's stuff. No, I mean, everyone was messing with DC. They were also running Cycling for Penny. His Cycling for Pennies article was accompanying it, telling you how to get big on the lowest amount of money for your steroids. You know, and it was pretty wild too. Like, pretty wild. So that's what's funny too. You know, people don't understand. That's what guys like Dante were putting out back then, and then everyone acts like everyone's using small amounts of gear, and Dante was literally over here telling you, look, this is the cheapest way to get big, like the most cost effective, and it's like 2 grams of gear. This is just how you do it, guys. This is how you keep the side effects reasonable. So, I mean, if people were running DC training, a lot of them were running the Cycling for Pennies thing, his article with it. And so they were running the sort of drug stacks he was talking about. You know, and it worked. It did work. Dudes are getting big, but man, it's also the thing of some of those stacks and some of those workouts, some definitely injuries potential. You Dante there. It's like, look, man, he goes, if you can bench 300 for 20 reps and squat and deadlift 500 for 20 reps, you'll be big. Dante over here, like, yeah, man, just pop, you know, 1.5 grams a test and throw some decades. Yeah. Oh, people forgot if I ever did that. Be like, what just happened to Blaha? The dude just blew up to 250 lean. Right? But I'm not going to do that. We're not doing that, not at 48. I don't think so. I'd like to live. Living is important. All right. So I think I'm going to go ahead and wind this down, get my workout done. So I'll talk to you guys and gals next time.